Baby, run. Fear the Walking Dead Season 8 just aired its mid-season finale. I just watched it early on AMC Plus, and I'm about to discuss it with you guys, give you my first overall reaction, my first impressions to it. But before I do that, Dead City also came out today, and I already reviewed and posted that video on my channel, so you should check that out. Which also, if this is the first video of mine that you're watching, I love The Walking Dead. I talk about The Walking Dead universe all the time on this page. It's one of the main things that I talk about. I talk about every episode as it airs, spoiler discussions. So you should consider subscribing if you want to support a fellow fanatic of the Walking Dead universe. But I also do TV show discussions, trailer reactions, movie discussions, and I talk about survival horror video games, so just consider subscribing. But anyway, let's talk about this mid-season finale because I really, really enjoyed it. Also, before I get into it, there will be spoilers in this video, so definitely go watch it first, then come back and watch this. This isn't going to be a play-by-play. Also, I'm not going to talk about every single thing that happens. I'm just going to talk about the main points, the things that I liked, maybe some of the things that I didn't like. But I did really enjoy this episode. This episode was very Morgan-centric. The title of it was All I See Is Red. And it was really cool seeing the visualizations of him seeing red, seeing people turn into walkers, seeing flashes of all the traumatic shit that he has experienced since the apocalypse started. And it was always so cool to me in the scenes where he was fighting walkers and then suddenly he'd black out and he'd wake up, and apparently he tried to attack Madison or even Mo at one point. But this episode ended in such a way that I wasn't expecting at all, honestly. Maybe some people did, maybe they announced it in all the promos and stuff because The Walking Dead loves doing it, or maybe I'm completely wrong, but I feel like this is probably Morgan's last episode in Fear the Walking Dead, and I'm not really complaining because I enjoyed his send-off. I like that he was able to save the children from Padre. I like that he was able to reunite with Mo and essentially officially be her father for the first time. I like that he had some closure and he buried Grace next to Eastman, which I really wasn't expecting. The episode where Morgan meets Eastman is in my top 3 Walking Dead universe episodes ever, so I really, really appreciated seeing that. And it ended in a way, again, that I wasn't expecting, where he says that his goal is to return to Alexandria and to try and find Rick. And he even says on the walkie-talkie that he's going to try and contact him every day at dawn, and maybe he's listening. And that's exactly how their friendship ended in season 1 after Rick went into Atlantis. So it was really cool seeing it come full circle. I'm not expecting to see Morgan again in this season of Fear. I don't know what they would do because everyone is so split up, everyone is so separated, and that's a good send-off for Morgan. It really is. I'm really excited to see where he pops up again, if he does pop up again. Maybe he'll be in season 2 of The Rick Show, or maybe he'll be in some other future spin-off that hasn't been announced yet. And the way that Madison's arc ends this half of this season was also pretty satisfying to me, that she also was able to help reunite the kids with their parents and reunite like officially with Daniel, not under the hand of Padre. And they found the coordinates and they're going to get on the ship and they're going to go try and rebuild, or not rebuild, but actually build a place that was what Padre was originally supposed to be. I'm assuming that's what the second half of the season is going to be. I'm not expecting to see Morgan at all. I'm expecting it to focus solely on Madison doing that job, that mission. And hopefully we get to see Strand. I was really hoping we would see Strand in this mid-season finale, but we didn't. Where's my dude? He better have a main focus in the second half. I love Strand, and I'm depressed we didn't get to see him at all in this first half of the season. But honestly, if seeing him would have taken away from the Morgan narrative that we did, I'm glad that they split it up into 2 parts. Shrike dies, which I don't care about. I don't like her. I felt no sympathy for her. I do think she was a good villain. She was a good villain. She did her job well, but like, from a narrative standpoint, I felt no sympathy for her. When the walker of her father bit her and killed her, I was like, good, fuck you. However, Crane didn't die, so I'm curious if he's gonna pop up, if he's gonna accompany Madison on her mission, or if he's just left to his own devices and we'll never see him again. I'm not expecting to see him again, honestly. Also, Finch died, and that was super, super depressing to me. And Sherry and Dwight broke up, and that's also depressing to me. If you've been watching these videos along with me every week, you know that I've always rooted for them in their relationship. They were arguably my favorite couple in the Walking Dead universe, despite how dysfunctional they were. I always wanted them to have a happy ending, and it's super depressing that they broke up, because I get what Dwight was saying, that maybe it's not Negan, maybe it's not Virginia, maybe it's not Shrike, maybe they're just not meant to be together, but when they had the opportunity to be just alone, they were happy. So now that Shrike is defeated, this was their chance to actually, for the first time ever, live together and be in a relationship together, not under Negan, not under Ginny, not under a nuclear missile, not under Victor, not under Shrike, and they didn't give it a chance, and that kind of really, really disappoints me. But yeah, I'm really curious where the second half of this season is going. It's a brand new start. It could go anywhere. I hope we see Rabbi Jacob. I hope we see Sarah. I know someone in the comments of the last Fear video said that the actress said she's not going to be in it. And that sucks, but and I believe that. If she said that, I believe it to be true, but I still hope. And then there was the cliffhanger where there's this character, and I don't know who this character is, but they were listening to Madison's call on the radio, and they had a map, and the map looked like they were tracking everywhere Madison has been. It looked like it had a mark in Tijuana, where the hotel was. It looked like it had a mark just north of the border, where the Broke Jaw Ranch was. It looked like it had a mark where the stadium was, leading all the way to Padre. So this person is tracking everywhere Madison has been. And they had what looked like Victor's sunglasses on the table. It looked like it had the hammer that Madison used to kill Troy. And obviously they had Alicia's arm. So this person, whoever it is, has some sort of tie or connection to the very, very, very early seasons of Fear the Walking Dead. I'm assuming, but they also have ties to the later seasons of Fear because they refound Alicia and they took her arm. Unless this was Alicia. Maybe it was Alicia. I don't know. It wasn't because they had two hands. It wasn't Alicia. But you could see like a little strand of what looked like blonde, very, very light blonde, or maybe white hair. I don't know who this is. If you have any theory, let me know in the comments. But if you know spoilers, please don't spoil it for me. But anyway, there's my brief and quick thoughts on the mid-season finale for Fear the Walking Dead Season 8 titled All I See Is Red. What did you think about the episode? Let me know in the comments. And once again, consider subscribing. I talk about the Walking Dead universe all the time on this page. I talk about other TV shows. I talk about movies sometimes. I do trailer reactions, and I talk about survival horror games. So just consider subscribing, and thank you for watching, especially if you watch this far.